Hey y'all, we're back with another review for The Circle. So we are at season 6. I'm going to do episodes 5 and 6 in this review, starting with episode 5. So we see that Miles has blocked Steffi. He goes to see her and she's a bit defensive at first. She's just kind of like, yeah, I'm real, yeah, whatever. Little, that natural reaction you'd have. But she ends up, warming up to him a little bit, and she gives him a protection crystal and essential oils. The gag is, for me, she mentioned that she was suspicious of Max, Paul, and Olivia. She says she think they the catfish or the AI. I was cracking up. This was a hoot for me because I'm like, dang, maybe she is psychic. She was spot on with that. With all three, Max the AI, Olivia, and Paul being the catfish. So in her video, in her exit video, she's like, of course I'm real. I have human emotions. I've been crying all day. And she's like, Miles, you code robots, but you couldn't find the AI. And everybody is stunned that Steffi is real because, as we saw, most of the people voted that they felt like Steffi was the AI. So they are absolutely stunned that she is real. So right after that, they get another alert and they do the AI review. Max. They were all stunned again because I don't think not one single person suspected that Max was the AI. So yeah, that was hilarious to me. I'm surprised that they didn't keep Max on longer, but I guess they wanted to get back to the gameplay and not the AI hunt because that ain't what we here for. This is a social circle. We're trying to see who gets the popularity, the influence, all of that. We ain't got time to be trying to find no AI all week. Ain't but 2 weeks, right? They only there for 2 weeks, right? I think it's 2 weeks. So they go to the group chat to discuss Steffi, of course. And he's like, I mean, listen, guys. I AI engineer cars, not bots, okay? So y'all looking for me to find the bot, like, I don't work with bots. I engineer cars. So in the chat, Cassie takes some cheap shots at Miles. And she's just like, oh, I can't believe the AI engineer couldn't catch the AI. Guess you had a blonde moment, yada, yada, yada. It was just like, it was weird to me because you're supposed to be in an alliance with him. And at this point, you have to take everything into account. So you saying that he basically is not a good AI engineer could have people thinking that he catfish or have people thinking that he's snaky, and you could be ruining his game off trying to be funny in front of the group. Like, it wasn't super mean, but it was shady enough for people to start side-eyeing him if they were already side-eyeing him. But he is annoyed because he's like, girl, we supposed to be in alliance and you voted for Steffi to go too. So how you mad at me for voting for Steffi to go when literally everybody but 2 people voted for Steffi to go? So people are reacting to Cassie. They're like, dang, Cassie, that was kind of brutal. Oh, Cassie's taking shots and everything. But it's like, later on, it feels like they forgot all about Cassie taking shots at Miles. Forgot all about it. Amnesia. They had the Men in Black button. You didn't see none of that. So we'll get there later. So Kyle is over there talking to himself. He was like, well, I'm glad that he didn't listen. No, he says this in the chat, actually. Kyle is like, I'm glad that you didn't listen to someone who's never chatted with me thinking that I'm AI. Because remember, Olivia was taking little cheap shots at him, saying that he had AI abs. Was it him? Was it? She said something about AI. That might have been QT saying the AI abs. But yeah, Olivia was taking some shots at him about he might not be who he say he is. So Kyle is still a little upset about that. Lauren is flabbergasted because Steffi and Max were her strongest connections. So now she is sitting out here with a nobody. Lauren reaches out to Olivia since they were both campaigning for Steffi. That she's basically like, well, I could form an alliance with Olivia because clearly we were on the same page with trying to save Steffi. So they discuss, having each other's backs and everything like that. And they say, also, I think we should bring QT along in our alliance. They agree. So we see QT message Miles and they're just making some gameplay suggestions and how to further their alliance. And they want to invite Kyle. Right? That's how they went. They want to invite Kyle. And I think this is when they did the whole Tres Fuegos things. Y'all, Miles started off on the bottom for me. And Cassie was on the top. Well, around the top. I ain't going to say at the top. She was around the top. But now it is completely flipped. Cassie is at the very bottom for me. And Miles is probably my top because he's not really playing the game so emotional like some players. And he's not playing a dishonest game. Some people might even feel like he's too honest. He's just going in straight as himself. No harsh strategy. And he just seems like a likable guy. Yeah, I'm sure, it might be different for him in different settings, but I like Miles right now, y'all. And I like him and QT with their little circle romance. It's cute. It's cute. So now they have to play a game. They have to draw portraits of another circle player. So Olivia draws Paul. His pictures got him rapping Big Mouth, Big Ego. I'm going to start calling Paul / Carice Pauly C. Paul Carice or Pauly C. Just so y'all know who I'm talking about. So Pauly C isn't really offended. She's like, okay, I'll take the constructive criticism. Like, yeah, I got to have a big ego to be a rapper. So, I'm not offended. At least she drew me as who I'm saying I am. And she didn't draw me as a catfish. Facts, because you're catfish AF. So we see that Paul draws Lauren as Two-Faced. It was like the one side of the face was like regular how she looked in the drawing, and the other side had like some little devil horns and was kind of mean. Kyle draws Olivia, and in the picture it's the ship. 2 people on the ship, 1 person on the shore. They're leaving them behind. So Cassie draws Miles as lovesick, #no game. He's throwing up with little hearts and #no game. Miles draws Cassie and draws a snake in the grass. She's fuming, y'all. She is so mad about this. QT draws Kyle as king of boring and says his muscles are fake. She did this so that he could think it was Olivia. It worked. It worked because he was like, what? Fake muscles? I bet it was Olivia. Da 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 da. Olivia is she's like, oh, I bet he's gonna think it's me because da 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 da. That's how the chat went. So later on, we see Cassie messages Miles because she is mad. She is pissed that somebody drew her as a snake in the grass, and she wants to talk to him because remember, y'all, they're supposed to be in their little blonde folks alliance. So she messages him and she wants his opinion on who he thinks it is. He's straight up honest with her. He's like, it was me. It was me. I did it in jest. I thought it was funny. I thought we were having a roast session. I didn't mean no harm by it. Boy, she goes off. I thought we had an alliance. Why would you do that? If I was Miles, I would have been like, well, I thought it was a funny joke, just like you saying I had a blind moment and I couldn't catch the AI and being on my back about that was a funny joke. No? No funny jokes all around? I thought it was a funny joke. I am so annoyed by the white women coming for people, then being all up in arms, all emotional when people come for them back. Steffi did it first, now Cassie's doing it. It is just super annoying. If you're that sensitive, you shouldn't be playing hard. Don't play hard. It's many ways to play this game. Don't play it shady. Don't play it hard if you're going to be that daggone sensitive. She tells him she did his picture as well, and she did it lighthearted. I said that you were lovesick so that I didn't have to say anything harsh and like bash you, but here you are drawing me as a snake in the grass. He apologizes, he's sorry, and he says that he'll say it in front of the group. This heifer got some nerve, y'all, because she started the betrayal and is mad that he replied to it. So at this point, Miles is feeling bad. He's like, he's a human over there. He's feeling bad because he's like, I was drawn to Cassie because she's a bonus mom, and I can relate to that because I wasn't raised by my mama. I was raised by, I think it was his aunt and uncle. He was raised by his uncle because his parents had kicked him out. So he was drawn to her because he could appreciate that she is loving somebody else's kids because somebody that wasn't his mama loved him like that. So he's feeling bad about hurting her feelings. That's why I'm like, Miles he's genuine and he's playing the game with his heart. He's playing the game with his heart, y'all. So QT and Kyle chat, and she's playing Puppet Master. I'm the Puppet Master. Because they're talking about the pain, and he thinks it's Olivia, and she's like, yeah, I think it was Olivia too. My job, it was QT doing that to make him think that it was Olivia. Puppet Master. So QT adds Kyle to the Fuego Alliance. Did I say that twice already? I feel like I already said this. So Miles had already added him to the alliance too. Tres Fuegos. Okay, yeah, they were talking about inviting Kyle to the alliance. So this is her actually inviting him to the alliance and making themselves Tres Fuegos. Yeah, I don't know what his Fuego name gonna be, but they're Tres Fuegos for now. It's funny to me that Olivia brought QT in, and now QT is basically like, yeah, let's get Olivia out. Olivia's gonna feel a way about that. So next episode, season 6, episode 6, we see that we get 2 new players. They add to the circle Jordan and Autumn. We see Jordan first. Jordan looks like he would be bros with Miles, and he said the same thing. Oh, Miles look like a bro. He is not. He's playing the game as himself. However, he is playing the game as himself 5 years ago when he was 100 pounds heavier. He says it will make people, he want people to see the gentle, cuddly giant that he was versus what he looks like now, because he feels like people will see him as a douchebag. They're going to automatically think he's a douchebag or whatever. Or that he's super arrogant and everything. He feels like being Big J will, make him more likable. People will warm up to him a little more. His plan is to gain trust and then cause mess. Autumn is playing her country Tennessee self. I think she's from Murfreesboro. She identifies as a redneck ranch hand. She works in a ranch. So they make the OGs pick one of the people to try to talk to, and they got to send them a message, and then that new person has to pick one person to have their initial chat with. Cassie, Paul, and QT try to talk to Autumn. Autumn ends up picking Paul, and Paul is in the chat lying, saying that he's been crucial in the game and he's been making decisions and all that stuff like that. It was all a lie. He lied. Pauly C lied, everybody. Pauly C, she immediately spills all the tea. Cassie is a snake. Lauren is a backstabber. Kyle has been on the hook lately. QT and Miles are lover. Olivia is coming in last. It was very overwhelming for me and for Autumn. She was just like, whoa, this is a lot of tea. This is a lot of tea. I feel like it makes him look messy. It just makes him look messy. But he still feels like that Autumn is going to rate him high because that's the first person that he had a conversation with. I feel like this should have exposed. This should have set off her catfish alarm, because I just feel like, and this is me being stereotypical, I just feel like, what person like this, what male like this is gonna straight out hop out the gate with all of the gossip like that? Everything, just spilled everything. It was giving female for me. So Cassie is over there mad. Cassie was over there mad because she feels like Autumn should have picked her country sister. So she is over there pissed because she feels like her country sister betrayed her. Cassie is so annoying. Like I said, she is at the bottom for me right now. Cannot stand her. Cannot. I'm like, did you get your menstrual in the middle of this? And because you went from so sweet on the first batch of episodes to like annoying AF in this set of episode. And I hate to say that being a woman. Like, I don't like to stereotype women's emotions around that, but that's what it's given. That's what it's giving. So next we see Kyle, Olivia, Lauren, and Miles tries to talk to Big J. Jordan sees Kyle and he's like, oh, Kyle is a jock. Look at those muscles. He's a jock. He would never hang out and be friends with Big J. I'm like, the way he just passed judgment like that, it was just so, I ain't gonna say the R word, but yeah, it was floating in that land for me. It was given on Mean Girls when it was like unfriendly black hotties. You think he's the unfriendly black hottie? Okay. All right. Kyle, he's getting in his feelings. You see in this episode, Kyle is starting to get in his feelings. He's starting to play a little bit too emotional because he was very hurt that he wasn't picked. So Big J picks Miles because he was an influencer. Miles tells him that Paul is messy, QT is his boo, but he needs a bestie, and Lauren lost all of her friends in the elimination. I feel like he gave enough tea, and he talked about himself as well. He didn't just go off like, I don't like this person, 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 so you don't like him either. I feel like Paul gave it all, to whereas Miles gave a little sip, just a little something to taste on for you to get your feet wet. So whereas Paul just threw her out in the pool, just too much. So he's like, okay, I'll be your circle bestie. So Jordan aligns with Miles for now. But later on in this batch of episodes, we see that he is repeatedly obsessed with getting Miles out. We haven't got there yet, but the way he is so obsessed in these next few episodes about he has to get Miles out, it was weird. It was weird. So later on, they have a group chat introducing the newbies. Cassie calls out Miles abruptly. Someone's got some explaining to do. about the snake in the grass picture. Miles goes ahead and apologizes and says that, he didn't mean no harm by it. He just thought it was a roast session. Some people feels like he's playing too honest. They were like, oh, like he told her it was him. Some people just feel like he playing too honest. But Cassie is just so daggone messy and jabby. It's so annoying. So Olivia's in the chat and she's just like, oh, we can all be friends and just run through the flowers and hold hands. We don't have to play a harsh game, people. Cassie is basically like, girl, please, this is a game and we all got some strategy. Everybody's kind of looking at her like, dang, Cassie, why are you being so brutal? Because she's saying this in the chat. Like, Cassie is putting in the chat what people usually just say to themselves. You know what I mean? She is just being unfiltered. So she's in her apartment talking to herself, and she's talking about how Autumn is fake AF for not choosing her. The group is now skeptical of Olivia because they feel like she got so many friends and too many people. And Olivia knows that she's been set up. She knows that somebody did that picture of Kyle to make them think it was her. And Olivia, sometimes I go between Olivia Brandon, Olivia B. So Olivia B, because we know that that's a catfish. So Kyle and Olivia B chat because Olivia wants to apologize for coming at him a little while ago. They end up bonding because Kyle shares that he's lost a parent, and Brandon can relate to that. For a second, Brandon is second guessing on whether he should divulge that information because he's playing as Olivia, but he's only playing as Olivia on a picture. All of those emotions and everything he says is true for him as well. So Kyle is so genuine and inviting that it completely disarms Olivia. Now, Olivia has a soft spot for him. It's time for the ratings. New players can rate but not be rated. Cassie says she gonna rate low the people she would usually rate high because she feels like that will raise her spot. I was confused by that because I'm like, your vote ain't the only vote that matters. So unless you had an alliance and other people had agreed to do the same, I didn't really see how that was going to push the envelope like she thought it was. So, Olivia chats Cassie. They're just kind of talking about how they stressed about the ratings. The rankings are in. Cassie comes in dead last. She has just been so abrasive. And I'm glad that people voted her last like that because she started being mean out of nowhere. Like I said, the way she kind of came for Miles, they supposed to be an alliance. The way she called Miles to the front to apologize about the picture, and the way she kind of came at the way she kind of came at Lauren for being all, let's just hold hands and be friends. People are seeing this. And so Cassie's like, wow, dang, last place. Me? I guess I done put my foot in my mouth, with the things I done said. Yes, girl. Exactly that. You've put your foot in your mouth with the things you've been saying. So 7 is Cassie, 6 is Olivia, 5 is Paul, 4 is Miles, 3 is Lauren, 2 is QT, 1 is Kyle. I was really shocked that Kyle had came up to number 1 because they were just expecting him to be AI or catfish. So for him to go from dang near being eliminated because they want him, they swear that he, is not who he say he is, to number 1 was surprised. But I'm happy because I like Kyle. He's getting a little emotional, but he's not playing so hard. I know it's a game. I know the objective is to win the money, not make friends, but I don't like when people play so hard to where they gotta be like nasty or manipulative. Like a little soft manipulation, a little suggestive stuff, sure, but like just being downright manipulative, like it. It shows that, for me, it looks like you like to do this. You easily do this. And this is like your personality for you to just, let me go. That's how I feel. And it's just like, that's off-putting. So now the influencers, QT and Kyle, go to the hangout to discuss what they're going to block. They both come in on a mission. They know who they want to block. They're trying to get the other to block. This is a soft manipulation that I'm talking about. This is a soft manipulation. Even though QT is, she's flirting. She's bordering that line of like soft manipulation, hard gameplay. We're going to see where we end up with that. So they bring up Miles. Nope, we definitely not blocking Miles. QT said that ain't even an option. Kyle is like, same, we was just getting him out the way. We ain't blocking him. QT suggests Olivia because Olivia has been coming for Kyle. Kyle is like, I appreciate you looking out for me. Thanks, sis. But me and Olivia had a chat and we made up. So let's get back there. They both agreed that Paul was too much to Keita, too much, and a bit of a troublemaker, but they made like a gentle alliance with him, so they're going to keep him safe for now. I think they just ain't trying to eliminate no fellow black person. I really feel like they was like, we need more black people in the end. We're going to keep him for as long as again, troublemaker or not. Because that would have been my thought process. Even though I can't stand how Pauly C played the game, because Pauly C, Carice is over there with such terrible strategy. But she's getting a little better. Well, what about Cassie? She was in last place. Yeah, I don't know about her. Yeah, they don't know about Cassie. Both of them are just kind of like, she been a little too much. All right, we'll come back to her for sure. What about Lauren? I feel like we can't trust her because she's cool with everybody. So if she gets a chance to be an influencer or block somebody, we don't know who she gonna go against because she just want to be lovey-dovey, hold hands, run through the sand with every single person. So they in the block and chat. They've made their decision. They're in the block and chat. They have to announce it in the group chat. And of course they leave us on a cliffhanger, y'all. So I gotta leave y'all on a cliffhanger too, because I like to do these things in twos. The last thing Kyle says is their decision weighed heavily on the portrait game and some comments. Because this person made quite a few. So I'll be back to y'all probably tomorrow with the other 2 episodes, because I gotta finish taking some notes, y'all. These 4 episodes at a time be getting your girl. But I know it ain't gonna last for long, because I think we only got one more batch of 4 and then the finale. So yeah, y'all, hope you enjoyed this review. Let me know who you want to be blocked next. Even if you know or don't know what's gonna happen, let me know who you want to be blocked or who you tired of down in the comments. Like, thumbs up the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Bye y'all, see y'all later.